Okay, we're getting ready to demonstrate the 800 Heavy Cut Plus, which is the newest heavy cut polish in the EVO polishing correction system. I'm going to be using the EVO 15 long stroke dual action polisher and our heavy gray rock wool that we use for the most aggressive imperfections like rids, wet sanding marks, heavy oxidation, hard water spots. I'm going to go ahead and attach my rock wool to the backing plate of the EVO 15, and I'm now going to proceed applying a generous amount of the new 800 Heavy Cut Plus to the wool pad. Now, one thing you want to do is make sure that take your finger and just lightly rub in the Heavy Cut Plus polish. We're also going to make sure that when we turn our machine on, the EVO 15, we're going to adjust it down to a 3 speed because we're going to do a small 2x2 square area. Now, if you look closely, you'll see a lot of heavy imperfections around the G and the I and the edge of this red circle. Okay, now I've got my coverage on your speed dial on your EVO 15. I'm going to go ahead and increase it up to about a 5 to 5.5. I'm also going to make sure that I'm applying at least 8 to 10 pounds of pressure. Now, that pressure, as I'm leaning into this machine, a lot of our competitor dual action polishers, they'll stall when you put too much pressure down. The way we've engineered the EVO 15, as you put pressure into this machine, it builds bite or torque. It actually increases the ability to cut, and even at low speeds, it's going to work awesome. So something that's important to note here is arm speed, not just speed of control on the dial of your machine, but how fast left to right is your machine moving with your arm. Now I'm going to drop my speed down to 3 because I know that I have probably removed the imperfections and the marring that I've caused from the heavy wool pad and the pressure and the cut is going to leave a little bit of hazing. So what I'm going to do is take my quick detail spray, which is my gloss enhancer, and I'm going to use this to prime the area at a low speed so that I can remove some of the haze that I caused with the heavier pressure and the higher speed. See that my arm movement's a lot faster than before because I'm not concerned about removing heavy imperfections. I'm concerned about refining the polishing process to give me a less hazy appearance. So as you watch my arm motion, it's a lot faster. We call that a polishing movement versus a cutting movement, which is a lot slower. It's time to take a nice clean microfiber towel, preferably one of the Gloss Up microfiber towels. They're super soft, and we're going to take some of the Gloss Enhancer detail spray, and we're going to do a wipe down and inspection. Let's take a look at our work. Okay, so now I'm taking a high intensity LED light, which is about 6,000 to 7,000 lumens, and I'm looking at the paint. Now, when we're looking at the paint and we do a close-up shot, you're going to see residual marring from the pad and the cut. But what I'm really looking for is to make sure all the heavy scratches that we were looking at earlier have been removed. And I would say a good 85 or 90% of these really deep scratches are removed. And we're actually going to just go to a second step, which is like a finish polish, either our EVO 2000 or EVO 3000, to refine, to remove the marring that was created with a heavy cut in the wool pad. So let's go ahead and go to that step. We are now going to go to our EVO Cut 2000 finish, and we're going to an orange, what we call cutting foam pad with a finishing polish, which is the EVO 2000. And we're going to go ahead and attach the foam pad to the backing plate of the EVO 15. And then we are going to proceed to put a drop of polish at 3, 12, 9, and 6 o'clock. Just like before, we're going to start off at a slow speed of 3. And we're going to get our coverage first. Okay, now that I've got my coverage, I'm going to increase to 5 on the dial of the EVO 15. And again, I'm going to make sure that my arm motion, not the speed of the machine, is slow enough to allow the pad and the EVO Cut 2000 remove the hazing and swirl caused by the 800 Heavy Cut. Now, I'm going to drop my speed on the EVO down to a 3. Again, I'm going to want some slow arm movement And I'm gonna lighten up on my pressure. I'm gonna increase my arm speed a little bit, and then we're gonna do a final wipe down. I'm gonna go ahead and grab my microfiber towel, fold it in a nice square, spray a little bit of gloss enhancer, and I'm gonna do a final inspection here. And after these 2 steps, I should have an imperfection-free area. So we're gonna go ahead and take the LED light, do an inspection, and let's do a close-up shot and see what we got. I'm doing an inspection here, and I'm gonna say that this is, I wouldn't say perfect, but about 90%. And I can go ahead and make more passes if I want to get a higher level of correction and perfection in this situation. But it's gonna take a trained eye to see the difference. And yes, I am particular, but for somebody learning how to do paint correction with the EVO 15, the 800 plus, and the 2000 cut finish, this is a pretty amazing outcome.